Hey everyone, it's Theresa here of Larkin Design. Welcome to my 2013 album project. This is a project where I am redoing a Project Lifestyle album that I completed years ago for 2013, and this is my layout for week 2. I'm working using the Sahlin Studio Boardwalk collection, a brand new digital kit from the Project Mouse collection, and this is the layout as I originally did it back in 2013. I wanted to share that with you, and then I wanted to share with you my process for the new layout. So I have my cards and photos printed. The photos were printed from Persnickety Prints, and my cards I've printed at home using my Canon Pixma and Staples brand matte photo paper. And so I just run 4x6 pre-cut cards through the printer, and I wanted to use the blues and turquoise colors from the kit and also the red and yellow. So my alphabet here is from Studio Calico, and I've established sort of a dividing line, I guess, using this little transparent die cut. I think that little die cut is from Freckled Fawn. I'm not sure, but the week number itself is going to sort of sit above that line, and then I'll add the dates below that line. Just a little design choice here. And I also have a little flare that I'm adding. The flare, I believe, is from Studio Calico as well, and you won't see me adhering it to the card. Typically when I use flare like that, I use red line tape and adhere it to the outside of the page protector once I have the layout done, just to keep that pocket from being quite so bulky. And then here I'm using this older Dear Lizzie roller stamp to stamp my date. And so I'll tell you a little bit about the photos that I have for this layout. This is from 2013, and we had spent an afternoon just at a local park here in North Carolina. And so there's a combination of photos here. I have some of everyone together, and I have some of each kid individually. I have some that show the kids' relationship to each other, and they're just some of the photos that were my favorites from the day. So I'm going to add just a few tiny embellishments to the photos and the cards. I have a general kind of guideline that I just add 1 or 2 small things to each card, and that helps me uncomplicate it. It helps me simplify my process and makes it a whole lot easier to complete the layouts, but still look beautiful, right? And still be able to use the products that I love using. So for this card, I've added a simple little chipboard heart, and I stamped a sentiment across the bottom and then used the lines to journal by hand. Of course, you could journal on the computer before you print the digital cards. That's a benefit of using digital products in your hybrid scrapbook layouts. I like to include my handwriting and like to write these notes more from just a stream of consciousness, just what comes to me to write. And so some of the cards also I am leaving unembellished, and that's also something that I've been giving myself permission to do recently, is just to let some cards and some photos just not be embellished at all, and that's totally okay. And that's the beauty with the Sahlin Studio kits, is that they are complete. The cards are complete just as they are. They're beautiful. and they don't need anything at all. I especially love that I've documented our family at this point in time, because I look back now and I notice different things about the photos now that I'm 5 years away from it. And I notice how small they were, and just some different things about their personalities. It's a lot of fun. I do want to say that, yes, I am redoing my entire 2013 album, and I talk about this in greater detail in my class that's called In My Pocket Memory Keeping Volume 2. That class is all about 3 different approaches to doing pocket page albums or project lifestyle albums. And this is one of my approaches, is to take an older album that I just am not happy with the original album. And I talk more detail or tell more details about why I did it and how I approached that. One of the things I did want to clarify is that there is no wrong or right way of memory keeping, and how I came to the decision of redoing this whole album is something that I walk through. And so if you have a project that you're considering redoing, or even just one layout in a project, I talk through some really good steps in that class of how you can make that decision without being negative, and do it from an objective place that doesn't say, oh, you did this wrong, but rather says, I want to do it differently this time. And my purpose for this is because not only do I want you to feel accomplished in your memory keeping, but I also want you to feel proud of what you're doing. And this album for me is one that I've always sort of cringed when I looked at it on the shelf, and it's been that way for 5 years. So I've had a long time to think about redoing it. I got some other things in order before I started this process. And so I'm going to share some of the layouts from this album here on my YouTube channel, and I encourage you to join me in the classroom so you can learn more about this project. So I am done with the album. This one was really simple to put together, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm really excited about making the decision to redo this album, and I'm glad to share it with you. I hope you will like and comment and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.